I copied Alex Hormozi's sales funnel and it made me $71,000 in a single month. So in this video, I'll be exposing Hormozi's exact strategy so that you can copy it in your own business. Just like Joel, who hit $600,000 a month from this funnel, or Eric, who hit $100,000 a month, or Chandler, who made $1.6 million last year using the exact same system that I'm about to show you. While Hormozi's marketing plan might look complicated to an outsider, it's actually simpler than you think. And even though it looks like he generates leads from thousands of places like Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, and 1,000 other places, he really only focuses his attention on one platform and then repurposes that content everywhere else. You see, it's Hormozi's YouTube funnel that really built his 9-figure business, acquisition.com. And it's divided into 3 sections: top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. So let's break down each of those so that you can just copy his strategy. Hormozi's top of funnel content is meant to generate awareness and get people that don't know him to know him. Here's why. So even if you have a big audience, 99% of the people who could buy from you haven't even heard of you yet, meaning you always need to be making content that fills the top of your sales funnel with brand new viewers. So here's the exact process that I use to copy Hormozi and generate top of funnel YouTube videos like these that helped me grow my channel from 0 to over 50,000 subscribers in a single year. Now, this might sound super simple, but most creators completely ignore this step and then wonder why their videos are getting stuck at 100 views. Here's the reality. The YouTube algorithm is a direct reflection of the audience, and videos that perform the best are videos that people like to watch. So if our goal with top of funnel content is to attract a new audience, we should make videos like the ones that people are already watching. In fact, 70% of Hormozi's content is inspired by somebody else. Here's 3 examples. And here are the original videos that Hormozi's team took inspiration from. Now, there are many ways to find popular videos to take inspiration from, but the fastest is to just search up your competitors or your favorite channels. Then you sort by popular. And here's an example of this on my channel that got over 1 million views. Next, you need to create titles and thumbnails that appeal to a complete stranger. And there are 3 rules that you need to follow in order to achieve this. 1 is to speak to a dream outcome or a severe pain that people have. And then make your thumbnail extremely easy to understand so that somebody can glance at it for a single second and know what's going on. 3, avoid jargon. Jargon means bottom of funnel content. Now here's one of Hormozi's best examples of a top of funnel video. And you can clearly see the dream outcome. It's become a millionaire. And that applies to almost everyone. And the thumbnail is really easy to understand for pretty much anyone. We can see that he's going to show us a blueprint for making money, and we don't need to know who Alex is or what he does in order to find this interesting. 3 is no jargon. He could have said hit $10 million a month or $100 million ARR, but only a fraction of the audience would actually know what that means. So by keeping his language broad, he can attract way more people. Now, here's an example from my channel using the exact same rules. The dream outcome is YouTube being easy. This can apply to anyone on YouTube, whether they're a business owner or a casual viewer. Anyone can understand that thumbnail in a single second. It's just a simple tweet style thumbnail. Then I use the simplest language possible to make my point clear, because even if you have no experience on YouTube, you are going to understand what this thumbnail is about. Now, most top of funnel content is designed to get as many views as possible. So you can't just rely on authority or value to keep a complete stranger engaged. This is where retention editing comes in. Now, that's a whole video in itself, but the 2 main principles are visual changes every 3 seconds or less, and then sound effects and music throughout the entire video. Here is a perfect example.
And it went from 0 to 1 million users in 5 days, which is the fastest any platform has gotten to 1 million users. It took Facebook 2 years, it took Instagram 2 years, it took Pinterest 4 months, and it took Angry Birds 35 days.
We can see that he's specifically chosen this retention editing style because he wants the video to apply to the mass market. And if we contrast this to some of his other content,
what if I told you there were a way that you could get more leads than you're currently getting, sell more of those leads overall, without increasing any of your advertising at all? I'm Alex Hormozi, I own acquisition.com. It's a portfolio of companies that last year did over $250 million in aggregate revenue.
This video is super raw. When he's making middle or bottom of funnel content on YouTube, his editing style changes to optimize for more business owners. Here are some examples from my channel where we have retention editing and then low editing. Now, what's really good about top of funnel content is that once you've created it, you can hire people to actually repurpose that content. And that way you can post on every single platform as short form, written tweets, emails, etc. And that brings us on to the next stage of Hormozi's sales funnel. Now, while Hormozi's top of funnel content is designed to attract a cold audience, his middle and bottom of funnel content does the opposite. It's meant to build trust with his existing audience. And this clip shows you exactly why that type of content is so powerful.
Who here heard of my stuff within the last 90 days? Who here in the last 6 months? Thank you. So there's 2. Last 12 months. 3 more? 4 more? Let's go 2 years plus. Just everyone else. It's a great visual demonstration of like, most people don't make the amount of sales they want because they're trying to make them happen too fast. Because 97% of the market in almost any market is not ready to buy today. that they will be ready to buy in the next 24, 36 months.
Now, the truth is your actual sales cycle is probably a lot longer than you think. I'm talking months or years. So to maximize your chances of closing deals, you must feed your audience with high value middle of funnel content over and over again. This keeps you and your business top of mind for them so that when they do reach a point where they want to buy, they want to work with you more than anybody else. But what actually is middle of funnel content? Well, put simply, if top of funnel content is content for people that don't know anything about you, the middle of funnel content is for people who already know a little bit about your topic and are familiar with who you are. They're already aware, so the goal here is not to get as many views as possible. The goal is to get views from your ideal clients and then build trust. Here are some examples to show you what I mean. Most people clicking on this video already know who Hormozi is, and they already know the basics of business. Whereas this video was made for his book launch, and this one is 100% for people who already know him. Again, this is a video that Hormozi fans are going to watch. Now, while these videos aren't necessarily going to get as many views, the people clicking on them are already inside of Hormozi's funnel, and they're now watching for Hormozi and his unique insights, not just because they saw some flashy thumbnail, which means that they're now a step closer to buying from him. And this is really the point in the YouTube funnel where viewers start to feel comfortable spending a small amount of money to get more value. And that is exactly where Hormozi's book sales come in. Now, people that buy and read these books will quickly become super fans of his work. And once they cross this barrier, they start to move down towards that bottom of funnel. And yes, I didn't even just copy Hormozi's middle of funnel content strategy. I actually wrote my own book so I could continue giving my audience value. Here are some examples of my middle of funnel content. And finally, the bottom of Hormozi's sales funnel is actually the simplest part. In the description of each video, he has 3 simple links based on how much the viewer is willing to invest. Number 1 is the scaling roadmap for people who just want something for free. Number 2 is his books for people who just want to learn more from him. Number 3 is his VSL page for business owners over $1 million a year. He signs them on to scale, and this is the main moneymaker from his channel. And so that's exactly what we'll focus on. Now, all he includes on this page is a simple headline and subheadline, a short video sales letter, a bunch of social proof, a quick summary of the offer/event, a calendar link to book a call, and then some FAQs. Because he's already done all of the heavy lifting in his YouTube content, it doesn't really take that much convincing for somebody to actually go and take action, which is why he's able to keep his landing page so basic. Now, I actually took the exact same approach in my own business. So on our page, it's essentially the same thing. We have a call out, then we have a header, then we have a virtual sales letter, and then it goes down into schedule a demo, and then we just have a bunch of results and testimonials from our clients. After that, once the prospects book in, it's just a case of taking them through a very simple sales process and then onboarding them as a client if they're a good fit. And that is the key with content. You do all of the heavy lifting with marketing and sales in your content itself. You really don't need any questionable sales tactics, financing, or crazy offers in order for this to work because they're already so convinced. They spend hours and hours with you before they ever hop on a call. Now, of course, once someone closes, it's then on you to make sure that they get the results that they signed up for. And once you have those client results, you can then use them in your content to attract more customers and make more sales. And this creates a flywheel effect just like I'm doing now. And by the way, if you want to see this entire system broken down much more in depth, then go ahead and watch this video next where I'll show you exactly how it works and how you can use it to scale your channel past 7 figures. Just like on our offer where Chandler literally made $1.6 million last year combining YouTube plus paid ads, or Joel making over $105,000 from a single day in his channel. We made him over $6 million directly from YouTube in that entire year. Or even Heather, who got 10,000 subscribers within her first month and literally just hit 40,000 subscribers. She's only 4 months in. Now I could go on and on with these for a while, but I want to respect your time, so I will stop there. But if you want to see more of our results, then go ahead and just check out the first link in the description.